Brilliance Audio presents All Roads Lead to You by Jennifer Probst, performed by Amy Landon and Stephen Graybill.
Something was coming. Harper Bishop shot up in bed, heart rocketing at full speed, and squinted into the shadows. Soft fur and flaming heat surrounded her, but her body was so used to the raging temperatures, she couldn't sleep unless she was surrounded in a wolf-like pack. Her dogs muttered in annoyance and shifted even closer, not sensing anything wrong as the clock struck 3 a.m. Slowly, her body relaxed. Probably just a crazy dream. With her canine menagerie, no bad guy had a chance of sneaking in, and everyone in town knew there was nothing to steal in her 2-bedroom cottage unless they wanted a rescue animal. She lay back on the pillow and stared at the ceiling. Her inside shifted again, as if sensing a storm rolling in. Sometimes she wondered if she was becoming more animal-like because of her company. But this primitive instinct stirring in her gut didn't feel like danger. No, more like a premonition. Her safe, orderly, protected life was about to unravel. Her brother Ethan would understand. He'd once confided he'd gotten those feelings back when he was in the military, ready to jump out of a plane on a rescue mission. A prickling of awareness that his old life was about to change for good. Biting back a sigh, she carefully extricated herself from the queen-size bed, where she barely had enough room to breathe, and padded to the kitchen. Moonlight trickled through the windows, and a soft spring breeze wafted in, caressing her bare skin. Figaro lifted her head from her perch on the top of the recliner and shot her a disgusted stare, then went back to sleep. Harper shook her head. Figaro never acted like a rescue cat. The black feline had been half-starved, rain-soaked, and shivering in the bushes when Harper saved her. A few days later, the cat had claimed her space like the royal queen she believed she was, forcing the dogs to accept the new hierarchy. Harper's animals were like a bunch of moody teenagers, hating when their sleep was interrupted, even though they got about 18 hours per day. Harper counted herself lucky if she scored 5. Flicking on the light, she perused her choice of coffee beans, deciding on the special Kona blend she had shipped straight from Disney World. She watched the pot drip, sucking in the amazing smell of energy and life, then took her mug to the oversized leather chair, the one Figaro didn't currently occupy. Curling her feet underneath her, she cuddled under the worn Afghan and settled in to watch the world slowly wake up. Her mind drifted, touching on the various tasks that made up her day. Running one of the oldest horse rescue farms in the quaint town of Gardner was her passion, but extremely demanding. There was another horse auction to attend, where she'd be on the lookout for any abused or broken horses to bring back and rehabilitate. 3 horseback riding appointments for guests at the bed and breakfast on the property, which her sister Ophelia ran. 1 vet appointment for Stitch, who might have bruised her foreleg, and 2 buyer appointments she prayed would go successfully. God knew there were only so many stalls in the barn, and the more animals she was able to place, the more she could take in. It was a vicious cycle, often filled with disappointment and heartbreak. But she lived for the victories. Time had taught her how to wall her heart high enough, so a loss didn't wash away all she'd worked hard for. 1 animal saved in this world by her hand was enough. Sure, she wanted to rescue hundreds, but wasting worry and precious time on wannabe intentions only drained her energy. In the past few years, she'd been able to find more balance in her life. Everything was exactly the way she'd dreamed it would be.